I have these cute little turtle stencils. So I thought, well, I'll do this, and then when I'm all done, I'll cut it in half, and I'll have 2 pictures. But then I thought, let me try something new. I have this stencil that looks like, I don't know, coral or sea grasses, or I don't know what. So I thought, I am going to try this. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but stick with me and let's see. I did these last night, so they're nice and dry, but still, I'm concerned about them sticking to this. I hope they won't. I've got these different colors of green. Let's see, this is translucent. This is opaque. This is opaque. This is opaque. Okay, it's kind of cool looking. And then I think I'll do this one like this. I don't know if there's not enough. Oh, maybe there is enough paint on here to do this. Because it doesn't have to be heavily covered. Yeah, hey, that works really nicely. Now then, I need to clean off some places where the paint does not belong. Oh, I didn't do too badly, really. This has got to dry. Right now, I don't have another system for keeping my little stencil separated, so I'm using the napkin system. I want to show you something very important about gel printing, okay? So look at this. This looks like the turtles are in back of the grass, right? But remember, when you put the paper on here and pull it off, what's closest to the gel plate is going to be at the top of the paper. And look at what that's going to be. Now, the turtles are swimming in front of the grass. So when you hear people say that gel printing is the reverse of how you lay the paint down, okay, again, I did the turtles first. There they are on the gel plate. Then I put the grass on. When I'm looking at it like this, that grass looks in front of the turtles. But in fact, the real picture is going to come out with that grass in back of the turtles. I'm not a professional artist who uses YouTube and Facebook videos that are monetized to help bring in income. I'm just a regular old person who enjoys different forms of art and being creative. I wanted to ask that if you enjoy my videos or you learn something, click the little thumbs up button and give me a like, because what that will do is when people are searching for gel printing videos or different topics about gel printing, it will make my video appear more readily and more easily so that other people can enjoy and benefit from it too. Thanks, and I appreciate you joining me. I decided that since these are sea turtles and they're swimming by green sort of algae, ocean grass, that I would like to stick with some oceany colors. So I'm going to use these two next. And I need to start with a stencil that has kind of small openings. It's okay if you don't get it in every nook and cranny. Okay. I realize that looks kind of messy, but hopefully it won't be messy at the end. All right, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I just noticed. I need to take this off. And that's okay, that kind of fits in with the design, doesn't it? It's okay, there's a little smear there because there are a lot more colors that are gonna go down here. It'll just all blend in. I'm going to try to show you this. I don't want to handle the parts with the paint a whole lot because I don't want to have any of it coming off. But look, you can't even hardly see the turtles. But remember, this is the side I'm putting the paint on. Let's look at the side that will show you what the finished picture is going to look like. Look at that. The turtles are in front. So this is an important thing to remember when you're planning out your gel print. This is not what you're going to see when you put that paper on and pull it off. This is what you're going to see. Now I want to give you a little tip here, because some of the paint that I put on was, kind of a thin layer, but some of it was thicker. You want to let that thick layer dry completely. Otherwise, when you put your next stencil on, it may have a tendency to want to stick to the stencil and peel up off of your gel plate. So I'm going to give this a little more time to dry, and then I'm going to put on one more stencil. Now, each stencil that you put on should go from small spaces between the open parts and small open parts to larger ones. The next one I'm going to put on, in keeping with our ocean theme, will be this, because there's larger openings. And after that, I'll put on a final stencil, and then I'll put on the pull-off layer. Also, we want to go from brighter or more vibrant colors and get lighter with each layer. Now, actually, it's okay if the first two layers are kind of vibrant. I'm actually going to use these two colors. And the reason I'm going to do it is, okay, stay with me here. These are going to be right in back of the turtles and seagrass. These will be less visible because they're going to be behind this swirly whirly blue and aqua and turquoise paint that I just put down. These won't be quite as visible. However, because they're nice and bright, you will see them. I figured since coral is all kinds of different colors, why not try these? Yesterday I made this one, and it's got dragonflies and some grass. And then I wanted to have colors that were not so super bright. So I used an orange in this, but not this one. I used a kind of translucent, or might have even been transparent orange and some metallic yellow. So it's kind of lighter. And I don't know if you can tell, but I used a pearlescent white on there. You know, when you move the card a little bit, it glimmers some. When people talk about using stencils or really doing gel printing in any way, they tell you, you know, if it's dry to the touch, here I'll use a clean hand, then you're ready to put your next layer of paint on. But again, let me remind you, with this thick paint, you want it to be dry so that if you press your finger on it, nothing's coming off. So, nothing is coming off, and we will place this stencil, and we're gonna do some little orange here and there. And some nice bright pink. This is like a lot more paint than I need. So I'm gonna try to spread some of this down there. I'll do the pink first. And you can hear me kind of going tap, tap, tap as I put the brayer down, but you don't want to tap, tap, tap too hard and press that stencil down onto the gel plate, because you don't want to end up having it stick to the paint that's already there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just roll off my brayer. And there we go with the curly whirly ocean waves in hot pink and hot orange. Actually, this is not orange. This is cadmium red light hue. It looks orange, right? So I do have a few places where there's some kind of blobby paint, so I need to be careful about letting that dry. You want every layer, like when I put this layer down, it has to be dry before I put another layer on top of it. When this is dry, this will be my final stencil, layer number 4. And then after this one, the pull-off layer will go on. So this, layer number 4, needs to be the largest holes, the stencil with the largest open spaces. I want to show you one little thing. See if I can get this in the picture. There we go. Just a little tip. Remember that acrylic paint is plastic. For example, it's stretchy, okay? These blobs of paint are kind of hanging over. I want to take them off. The reason why is that when I eventually put my paper on here to pull everything off, I don't want that little piece of basically plastic paint to pull up and possibly end up taking more paint with it. Here's another example of what I meant with the plastic. See? Okay, my blobby paint is dry, but look, a little piece of the pink came off because it was kind of thick. Okay, it's squishing down some, so that means that it's not completely dry. I'm just gonna let it sit and dry. If I try to blot it off, it'll start pulling up paint and it's gonna kind of ruin my picture. So the orange paint that looks kind of blobby is actually dry and it's not squishing. But this pink right here might be a little too thick. So let's wait a few more minutes here. I think we're good here. Now look, you're seeing all this pink and orange and blue and it looks crazy. Let's see if I can turn this over without messing anything up. But look, the turtles are still in front and they're on a nice colorful background. So here's my last stencil. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and use opaque yellow paint. Now this is, it says soft body, but actually it's pretty liquidy. So I just kind of do that and hopefully that'll work. And I'm just gonna give this a quick brayering. I don't want anything to stick to it. Alrighty, now we need to let this dry. Let's look. How about that? Now, did I think this out in reverse? No, I've just done these kind of prints enough that I've got an idea of how it should work. So the last thing is now our pull-off layer. I'm going to use Buff Titanium because I feel like there's already enough bright colors here. I don't want to also have bright white. And where the white's going to show up is wherever there is no other paint. Keep in mind that this needs to be a thick enough layer to wet all the other layers beneath it so that they'll stick to the paper and not to the gel plate. Sometimes it's a little hard to decide how much is enough. And that just comes by experience. Here's my piece of paper. I've been using pieces that were cut just too close to the measurements of my gel plate. So this time I've cut one that's a lot bigger so I won't be missing any parts. I'm using my Baron to press things down really well because I want that last layer of Buff Titanium to just saturate those other layers. And now, the final step. And I'm going to leave this for, oh, probably a couple of hours. It's been a couple of hours. Oh, look at that. That looks very nice. I always get nervous at this part because I want it to come off well and have nothing still sticking to the gel plate, no paper tearing. Well, it looks ready to come up. Oh, yes. I am very pleased with this. Wow. On this one, I trimmed some off the bottom. On this one, I trimmed some off the top. And I'll trim the white edges when I'm ready to make it into a card or whatever I'm going to do with it. But overall, I am very, very pleased with this.